Guess what? We made it, y'all. Week 3 of
Yes.
intentional conversations.
Mhm.
These 3 conversations, if you've been following us throughout the last 3 weeks, are again a little bit of the shovel, if you will. And they're the shovel because they're helping you dig that trench, that they're helping you dig that foundation, and so that you can again build something great, grand, something that God can be proud of. Because after all, y'all, we talked about failed marriages, but it's God's intention that marriage is a reflection of Him, and God never fails.
Yeah, so this video, we're talking about lifestyle and long-term vision.
So not just today, then.
Not today. Where do you see us 5 years? What is our marriage going to look like in 10 years? What is our marriage going to look like in 30 years? Okay, it's not all about today, but the work that you do today will impact that 5, 10, 30 years from now.
This is where a lot of couples feel love, but they lose alignment. So somewhere along the way, they stop walking together.
Yeah. So look, y'all, lock in. You hear me? Lock in. It is time to change the narrative of our marriages.
The third thing that we want to make sure that we're talking about, the conversation we want to make sure that we're having, it could be the most important because it may actually encompass all of the other things we mentioned, and that is the lifestyle you want to live and the long-term vision. Because those other things may be a piece of the puzzle, but that vision is the direction that you want to go for the rest of your I do. So again, like, it's great that you love each other. You probably wouldn't got to this point. You probably wouldn't be watching this video if that wasn't the case. But this is where a lot of couples feel love, but they lose alignment. They don't have the vision conversation. Love will get you to the altar, but vision will take you from the altar to forever with your I do.
Yeah, so what kind of long-term vision or lifestyle questions do we need to talk about?
Yeah. And again, like it kind of bleeds into the other topics we were discussing, like, where do you want to live? Do you want, are you, what is that, city girl? Like, are you city girl? Do you want to just be around the hustle and bustle of the city environment and live in the high rise and, just be able to, jump on the metro and all those things? Is that the life you want to have?
Yeah, I just want chickens. I want chickens. I want a farm. Somebody won't let me get chickens though.
But
we did not have that conversation.
No, we didn't. Do you want the farm life? Do you want to live in the suburbs?
Yeah.
Like having those conversations again, like, are so important because again, like, just that, what can seem like a small disagreement can lead to some big disagreements. Because where you want to live and where you want to buy a home is very important on not just your life, your marriage life, but your family life as well.
Yeah. And then another thing is your careers, like what do you want to do? So I know for me as a nurse, like, it's guaranteed that I'm going to work 12-hour shifts if I'm working in a hospital, so like we both can't be working 12-hour shifts. That might be a little bit hard. So like trying to decide, like, how do our careers align? Like, do you have any flexibility in your schedule versus my schedule being more set? Like those are conversations that you need to have because, what if the kids get sick, or what if you have to take off to take care of a family member? Like, there's so many different things that you have to be thinking about in order to make sure that the career path that you're walking in.
And just to share, like, our first year of marriage, like, we saw each other maybe one day a week. Because we really were kind of both trying to chase our dreams career-wise. And we didn't understand that there has to be some balance there. And so Gleacy's working shift work. I'm working shift work. Gleacy's going to school. And again, like, the only time we would see each other was generally like on Sundays, like when we went to church. But not seeing each other in that first year of marriage, like, caused so much friction because we started to lose touch with each other. We started to lose alignment. We started to lose all of the things that we thought we had going in because we simply were not spending enough time together.
Right.
We weren't actually having a honeymoon season. We weren't having any season because we no longer knew each other. Like, we spent more time with our colleagues than we did with each other.
Yeah.
And coming together that one day just was not enough.
Yeah.
So again, like, you need to have those conversations, because maybe it is a seasonal thing. Maybe you say, well, in the beginning, we're going to chase our career goals. And that's going to mean like we're going to sacrifice some additional time together, but for this long. Because it can't be a forever thing.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a marriage where you spend forever apart, because your job requires you to travel. Your job requires you to work shift work, and you both want to be at the top level of your careers. And now, again, you're not spending any time together.
Yeah.
That's a sure way to ensure that you both start walking in opposite directions.
And it's important to talk about what that daily life look like. So like, even if like your schedules are a little misaligned, like, but when we do have time together, like, what does it look like for us to be together?
It's gotta be intentional.
I know. So like, for me, I'm okay sometimes just sitting on the couch, laying around watching a movie or something, you know, where Al might say, you know, let's go work out together. Let's go do this. So it's so important that you talk about, what do you want your daily schedule, your daily life to look like? You know, do we want to have things that we do together? Do we want to have things that we do apart? Do we want to have friends that we hang out together?
Yeah.
Friends that we just go see, you know, separately? Like, those are conversations that you need to have, because it can cause some friction. If I'm like, I'm going to hang out with the girls and you just like, again?
Yeah, especially if you haven't seen each other all week long.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just have the conversation. Talk about it. What does it look like for us to spend time together? What does it look like for us to spend time separate or with our friends, or, you know, our different friend groups? What does that look like?
Yes. Because the reality is, if you like a rock star at work and you're killing at work and you're spending so much time at work, you were intentional about that. You laid out some goals that you wanted to accomplish. You got to do the same thing when it comes to spending time with each other.
Yeah.
Lay out some goals for the week. Lay out what you want it to look like for your time together. Lay out what you want to accomplish in that time together.
Yeah.
Because again, like, if it's your goal, if it's your desire to chase careers and things like that, and it's going to pull you out of the home, you have to make sure that time together in the home is just as impactful. It's just as valued as it is when you're not together.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up you said value, but it made me think about like your values. Like, what are your core values? Because those actually dictate how things go for you. Like, we point back to our values so much, and we try to align everything that we do based off of our values. Like, you asked the question, how does this impact our values? Or like, you know, does this support our values?
Yes. And your values will be what will help you. They're the building blocks, essentially, for your vision, for the lifestyle you want to leave. It always goes back and ties back to those values.
And it's something that we've started doing over the past few years, as we start talking about our values. Craig Rochelle talks about like your who goals. So who do you want to be? And at the beginning of every year, we sit down, not just the two of us, but with our kids as well. And we talk about who we want to be. And not only who we want to be, but we come up with ways of how we're going to do that. And we have them up on the board in our home. And what we're able to do is to talk about, where are you at with this goal?
Track it.
You know, like, how are you doing with this? You said you wanted to read this, you know, a book a month. Like, how many books have you read? What are your books talking about? You know, and just being able to be more in tune to not only my personal growth, but the growth of our family.
Yeah. So it's not just, it's who do you want to be? What are you going to do about it? And then how are you going to track it?
Yeah. Because
you need some accountability to ensure that who you want to be and what you're doing is all in alignment as well.
Yeah. So marriage is not just about who you love. It's about the life you're building together. Absolutely. Make sure that you're building from the same blueprint. Yes. When you're building a building, you have a blueprint of what what you expect it to look like. As we're building, this is the picture or this is the final outcome.
Yeah.
You want your marriage and your relationship to reflect that as well.
That picture is what you can always point back to.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps keep you on course. It helps keep you in agreement, because when conflict arises, you look back at that picture and say, okay, I can refocus now because this is what we're building here.
That's
and
so
one of
good.
you can't be building a ship while the other is building a skyscraper. You have to be building the same thing.
So let's kind of wrap this all up. Okay. So real talk, these conversations are not easy to have.
Absolutely
But
not.
I promise you, if you have these conversations, it's going to make such a big difference instead of avoiding them later.
Yes. You don't want to delay the pain. So it may be uncomfortable now, and you may get a little tight in the shoulders and maybe even tight in the face. And it may cause you to have to walk away from the table a few times before you can come back together and get into that agreement. But again, you don't want to delay the pain.
Yeah.
Push through now so that you can be pain-free later.
Yeah. So healthy marriages are built on honesty, shared values, and vision. It's so important that you guys set the bar of what you want your relationship to look like. You have your picture, go ahead and build it.
Yes, it's not just about your feelings. You actually have to have something concrete to lay that foundation.
All right, y'all. Last video. That one was good.
Yes.
That one was good. Y'all, I'm just so grateful that you guys have walked alongside us this month as we tackle these pointed conversations.
Yes.
It's been so good. It's been so good.
And we always close and we say brag on it, but what does brag on it mean? Brag on it means we want you to be able to brag on your vision, brag on your values, brag on your spouse, brag on your children. We want you to be able to brag about it all, because God wants to bless you and bless you abundantly. And when he does that, you won't be able to help but to brag.
Yeah, so guys, go ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I know you got some friends that need to see this video. Go ahead and share the link with them, because we want to get this to all the people that need it, y'all. We got to stop living our faith like this. It needs to be big and bold, and I want you to share this video so that we can impact our marriages, all right? We'll see you guys in our next video.
Keep building your relationship according to God.
Brag on it.